Hello, hi, it's Liz here. Before I start making journals for 2021, I just thought I'd come on and show you what I've done in previous years. For 2017, 18 and 19, I've been using these Simple Stories Snap albums, and you simply slide your photographs into the plastic jackets. And that looks nice. There's me and there's Millie. So it's a nice record of what happened in the lead up to Christmas and what we did. Yeah, all the places. I'm actually enjoying looking back at this. It's and there's little flips. Polling day under the tree, and there's numbers on each page just to see. Yeah, and a slot in the Christmas cards that we exchange to one another. We go out for birthdays. We both have December birthdays, so there's menus, and we went to the museum. We saw the Linda McCartney exhibition, and that's the tickets that are in there, and the shop that I bought some postcards in of the Beatles. And there's the floor plan. We went to that. We spent an overnight, and this flips out, an overnight in a hotel for my husband's birthday, and then a picture of the Christmas table. And of course, my sister-in-law's fiance every year dresses up as the big elf. So that's what I did in 2019. Of course, 2020, pandemic time, and there wasn't really any out and about enjoying ourselves in the lead up to Christmas. So what I did for 2020 is I followed Barbara's 49 Dragonflies prompts, and I altered this storybook, Christmas Island Hotel, and I didn't do the cover because the cover was already all, I thought, nice and Christmassy, and it's just full of collages that are numbered for the lead up to Christmas. This is my favourite too. So that was last year's. Fight your fears. I can't stop myself sometimes, being a bit crazy. And there's 25. So yeah, so I did that last year. So what to do this year? Because this year we will be out and about and I'll be able to record things, but I enjoy doing the collage so much that I didn't not want to do that. So I'm actually going to set myself a little bit of a challenge and do the memory recording, which is the equivalent of this book, and I'm going to do that in, I think, this book. This altered book is going to be the memory keeping, and the collage I'm going to do in a, maybe, I'm still to think about putting something together, but I think maybe in a kind of grungy, loose, tied together, somehow junky style journal, and I'm going to collage in the lead up to Christmas. In that. So this is why it's my custard lumpy, and I like it because it's nice square pages, which this scrapbook paper is 12 by 12, and you get 4 pieces exactly, 4 pieces, and so you get plenty to do each page. I think that actually might be the cover, or that might be the cover. Anyway, I don't have the name of this handy for the moment. I'm going to put the camera off now I'm going to get this organised and I'll be back in a second with the name of this paper, and we'll get started in how I'm going to turn this book into something really lovely and Christmassy. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, here are the papers I'm going to be using. I've cut them all, well not all of them, but I've cut most of them into 4. They're 12 by 12 scrapbooking pages, and luck would have it that fits the book if you cut each sheet into 4. So the paper is by Blue Fern Studios and it's called Yuletide. Each page has a different name. This one's Christmas Trimmings. They're double-sided. They're absolutely beautiful papers. It's quite thick, and I've got 3 half sheets left and a whole sheet from cutting up the papers for my pages in my altered book. So let's just put those one full spare one and my 3 bits aside, and let's have a go at making this book all Christmassy. So I'll just take the dust cover off, and all I did, because there's not many pages in the book and it's string bound, there are 4 signatures, so I just went to the centre of each signature and pulled out 1 full page. So if you go to the centre of the signature, you don't need to worry about pulling off the matching page, because if you just pulled out the first page, you would need to look for the last page for its partner to pull that out. So just carefully, there's just 3 strings, just pull them out, and I just pulled out 1 from the middle of each section. So that section there, 1 from there, and 1 from the other 2 sections. And as luck would have it, that gives me the exact amount of pages that I want once I've glued 2 together. So I'm just going to go through the book and clip the ones that I'm going to be gluing together. So this first page is actually glued on to the first page of the actual book, this covering page here. So I'm just going to glue those 2 pages together. That seems the obvious thing to do because they're already partly glued. And then I'm just going to go through, and every 2 pages I'm just going to put a little, because you might think that this, you wouldn't be confused because you're just doing every 2 next pages, but I'm easy confused. I'm sure that some people are easy confused, so it just keeps it all right if we just go through and clip every 2 pages so that we know exactly which ones we're gluing together. And I'm just going to use my glue stick to glue these pages. I'll glue a couple on camera and then I'll go off and glue the rest, because I'm sure you'll get the gist of how to glue the pages together. It's not hard. So I'll just do that, and then is that 2 there, 2 there, and nearly done. So this is going to be the book I use for my Christmas memories, like what we get up to at Christmas. There might be a photograph on a page and maybe a ticket stub or some piece of ephemera, and we'll also decorate some of the pages round about that. So that's us. And so what I plan is just a kind of introduction in that page, maybe the date and just some decoration. And so I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24 and 25 for Christmas Day. So that was really lucky. I have 25 pages for my 25 days in the lead up to Christmas. There might be 1 or 2 pages that cover like one thing. If we go out to the Christmas market, that might get 3 or 4 pages because there might be quite a lot of photographs from that and things to record. So I'm not going to be prescriptive and say one thing, like one picture of the Christmas tree in that page and one and this is the 1st, this is the 2nd of December, this is the 3rd of December. It will just be a general book of 2021's Christmas. So we can just get started, and I'll just glue the first pages together. I'm just going to put something under that so that I don't glue that to the cover, and I can get right to the edge. Right, and then what I do is just lift up that page, and then it means you get them meeting, because if you did that or that, you might not, it might slide down a little bit and you won't get them meeting at the edge. So that's the first page done, and we'll do one more, and then I'll go off and do the rest. This is a really easy way of making a scrapbook from a repurposed book from the charity shop. So just the same again, lift that up, squeeze them together, and this makes the pages nice and a bit thicker as well, and just as long as we don't accidentally glue those two pages together. Right, okay, so I'll go off and I'll glue the rest. Okay, all stuck. So I've now got 25 nice thick pages to decorate. So I was thinking, do I paint the edges? Because when you put the thing on, it just leaves a nice border. But I was thinking that I don't actually mind this yellowy gold colour, because there's actually some yellowy gold in the papers, and I just think it actually works quite well for that. So I think I'm just going to go for that and put one sheet on the back as well, and then we'll find some nice piece of trim, lace or fabric or something just to cover up the spine and give it a nice little finish down there. And I'll also be adding some decorative touches to the cover as well. I'll show you just now, because as part of this, these are the matching things that you get with the papers. And again, it's Yuletide, Blue Fern Studios. So this is called Bits and Bobs, but it's really like cards. They're double-sided, so you get 2 of each, so you don't need to think, oh, what side am I going to use? There's there's 2 of each one, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and again they just fit exactly. So if I wanted to make like a pocket for some ephemera or whatever, I could use them to do that, or I could use them as an extra flip or something like that, but that's for another time while we're decorating. These are the ephemera pack, Yuletide Blue Fern Studios, and you get lots of bits of ephemera, and I've just sorted it out here into the bigger pieces and the littler pieces. So I will probably use something for the front, don't know what yet, so many choices. Yeah, it will definitely be something for the front. What I might do is just trim that white edge off. I'll see. Let's see what happens. But yes, it's all gorgeous, and there's some pine cones as well, and some snowflakes. So that's for another time, because today I think we'll just do the pages, and I'm just going to do a straightforward glue each page in. So we'll just do this cover page first. This is a really, really easy way of doing an altered book. I'm not building in any pockets or flips or anything, because I want to wait and see what my photographs and things I'm going to record in here. I want to wait and see what that's going to be like before I start to decorate too much. So yeah, so some of the pages are just going to be like this one will probably just be left as it is, just as a decorative page, because there's plenty going on in that page, I think. So and even the inside, when we're at a yellow page here, I think it's all right. What I might do is go round the edge with my gold waxy stuff. Can't remember what it's called. That's okay there. Yep, that's fine. And here, I think, have I trimmed these exact size? What I might do is put some pom-pom trim or some lace down some of the sides, or do something fancy with some of the sides. I think that fits okay. I've chosen this sheet for this page because it's got some blank bits, and I can do maybe a little bit of journaling on that blank piece on the first page, just explaining what it is, and maybe even put a little photograph in that little spot. Now, which way do I want it? I think that way. Yeah, and it covers it exactly. Grand. Oh, is that going to lift up? Might need to get the stronger glue. We just haven't given it a chance to take hold yet. So I'm going to continue on and just put a sheet like that, and then this paper's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And they're double-sided, so lovely. Right, so which side was I going? Now I'm confused. Was it like that? Yes, we'll do it like that. Oops, there's the ephemera all down. There we are. So let's glue one more page together and then I'll go off and do another gluing session. So this means it ends up the pages are 2 of the book pages and 2 of the scrapbook paper, so it actually ends up quite a sturdy page, which is good. Such an easy way of doing it, just getting a 12 by 12 and finding a book that is 6 inches or thereabouts. It was actually just a smidgen less than 6 inches. And I can put some washi down here, some nice Christmas washi maybe. Do that when I come to each page so that I know what I'm doing on each page. The pages are so thick that I thought that was 2 pages stuck together. Right. Oh yes, I'm liking this. Okay, I'm going to go and stick the rest down. All stuck. Let me give you a quick flip. So cover and opening page. Some have got a bigger space than others. I don't know why. It must be the way the pages are sitting in the signatures, but we'll get some nice Christmas washi for that when the time comes to do these pages. So, oh, look at that. Yeah, what's that one? That one. This one. Beautiful papers. A really quick and easy way just to alter the book, and I'm really pleased with the thickness of how that's turned out. That's not too thick at all, and it's stayed quite nice and straight. And yeah, so let's continue and finish off the cover and cover up Professor Spoon's heading, "Why is my custard lumpy?" So I've got a nice piece of green fabric here, which I'm just going to simply stick on across the spine and in a little bit, and then we'll add some more things to it. So I've got my 3-in-1 here. I know this isn't Fabri-Tac, but I think it's quite close as far as I can make out. So we're just going to put a little run of glue along the edges. I don't mind if the edges are a little bit loose. Right, so we've got that there, and we'll just put a little bit along there. Okay, let's see if we can get this on straight. What's the best way to do it? Let's set the book. Let's set up. There we are. can jiggle it about a little bit once it's on. Oh, that's not too bad for a first go. Just pull it up a wee bit. There we are. That went on quite easily. I won't open it up too much until it's dry, but it looks like it's going to be okay. Right, so along with that, I thought we would add a little bit of something. So maybe a piece of that, and I've also got red rickrack, which I thought was quite nice. So we'll do that. And the reason I had cream out at first, but the reason I chose white was, I'll just show you, because I've got this little collage for the corner, and that's white. Now I know that I could change, let me just clip off. These were pop out die cut pieces from 49 in Market, Christmas papers. I was going to use all the Blue Fern, but I couldn't find something for the corner that I liked. So we'll just clip those little bits off. There we are. And so when I put the white there, and I know I could change the colour of that by ink or something, but I thought it looked quite clean looking. Let's get that little bit out from between his legs. There we are. And yeah, once I saw the white and the cream, I was like, oh no, that needs to be white. So that's what's going in the corner. I've also got this little metal snowflake that might go up there somewhere. So let's get a piece of the white on first. That's good, it ends right at a scallop. That makes it easy. Yep. So let's just put a line. Whoops. I like that there's little bits of hairiness, fringe coming through from the green polka dots. Do love polka dot. Right, let's just snip. Oh, do we want a wee fluffy bit at the end, maybe? I'm not sure that I do. I've got enough fluffy bits with this stuff. Right, let's just cut that fluffy bit off. And let's now, do we want a gap or do we want it on the edge of the white? Let's see. Oh, on the edge, right away. Decision made. So we're going from there to there. Scientifically measured with a thumbnail. Okay. Oh, it's a tad short. How did that happen? Doesn't matter. Right. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I'm not going to do the back. I'm just going to leave the back like that. Yeah. Right, let's get some finishing touches on. I'm just checking that I'm still recording because after the other day, oh, I don't know what happened. Stopped recording. I was right annoyed, right miffed. I was like, what's happening here? Right, just get some glue on that. That's a nice corner piece. And I thought about taking the white edges off, but because we went for some white accents, and I thought Magical Moments was a nice set of words for the front, because that's what's going to be in the book, hopefully. And a nice deer looking out at us. That's pretty. Right. And I know he's sort of standing in the middle of nowhere. Although we'll move the words along and he can be standing in the words. Because I don't want him to look as if he's floating. He's floating in midair. Don't think it matters that he's floating, does it? Because I don't want that under there. I want it over there. Well, he's a magical deer. He's a reindeer. He's flying. He's floating. Right. Let's just get some glue off that. There we are. Right, now what about that metal snowflake? Let's make a final decision about the cover. Yeah. Off, on, off, on, on. Let me just get a clip. What is it you call these? These little paper bulb safety pins. A little bulb safety pin, and we'll see if it sits straight, because sometimes I think things don't sit. See if I put that in like that, then it's that has to sit out. I wonder if it would be better tying it on with some twine or just sticking it on. Let's not bother with that. Let's think. It wouldn't look daft just sticking it on, because there's a hole in each. It's part of the design of the snowflake. It's not like there's a thing to dangle. And now where are we going to have it? It definitely needs to be up here. Too high. I should have thought about this before I came on the camera. It definitely needs to go about there. Yeah. Right, I'm not sure if this will stick this, but let's give it a go. Now, where was that about there? Should it maybe go underneath and just stick through a bit, and then it's on the flat because it wasn't on the flat. Yes, that's better. It's just popping through there, and let's just pull out. There we are. There. And then it's just peeking through. That's nice. Right. Well, I think that's it, because the next step is for December to come and for me to take lots of photographs, and I think maybe it needs something here. What could we put in that little? Maybe I should have cut that down. What could we put in that little bit there? Maybe a tiny button or something. I'll find something. Just finish this wee end bit off. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and the next time you see it, we'll make some entries and we'll do some journaling. And so that's me ready for Christmas, well, for December, with my memory book. And the next Christmas project will be for Christmas collage, I think. Yes, some grungy Christmas collage. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Thumbs up if you've liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.